Right, kids, let's go. We're in Psalm 119. Make sure you have a look at, have a little read of 137 verse to 144 verse. And we're looking at this letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which, Stephen, I bet is not the letter Y. Nor does it have the sound Y. Am I right? Correct. It's actually the letter Tsadeh. That's right. And when you draw it at the beginning of a word, it looks like this, and in the middle of a word, but this is how you draw it at the end. It looks a bit like a Y. That has this kind of sound. Have a listen to this. Okay, Stefan, lots of sounds there. Which one did you want me to think about? Okay, it's the end bit, the sound. Oh, as in, yeah, let's go. All right, cool. Let's go and see what we can catch in our nets today from God's Word. I like it. Spiritual food. Cool. Now, a very important word that comes up in this psalm, or part of Psalm 119, starts with Tsadeh, and it's used 4 times in Psalm 119 in this section, verses 137 to 144, and it's got Tsadeh, and then a Dalet, and then another one we haven't done yet, which is Kuf, which has a Kuf sound. Okay, what's this word mean, huh? Well, it's Tzedek, which means right, upright, that kind of thing. Right, and you say it's very important in the psalm today. Yeah, it's important in the psalm, and it's very important in the Bible as a whole. Now we're going to focus on verse 137 of Psalm 119, where it says this. Now is this the Y or is this the Tsadeh? This is the Y in English. We're doing English here, and we're going from left to right, you see? Not the other way around. Yes, of course. Lord, you are. What is this, Stephen? Down the bottom. Yeah, we've got some lightning lettering to do. I've already done a couple of them. See if you can guess the rest. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Good. Anton, this is actually the end because we're doing English. Oh, yes. Hebrew would be beginning over there. Good. So we got S at the end. Thank you. Getting a bit mixed up with the Hebrew and the English. Sorry, everybody. It's all right. Going backwards, we're going forwards. It's interesting how they're different, isn't it? Hebrew and English. So what have we got so far? We've got R, we've got a skinny one. I, G. What over here? E. O. H. Righteous. That's it. Lord, you are righteous. God is the one who is always righteous, does what is right. And the next part of Psalm 137, he says this. Lord, you are righteous and your judgments are right. That's right. So everything he says, does, puts in place is right. It comes from him. It's who he is. His character is right, and he makes the two are consistent. Let's picture it this way. Here is the Lord, who is righteous. And then he makes our world. And he decides where everything goes. He decides, where the sea and the land stop. And they're his judgments. He allows the birds to flourish according to their kinds, and the plants according to their kinds, and they're his statutes, his precepts for the world. That birds will do this, plants will do that, animals will behave in this way. The land will be here, the water can go over there, and this is his world that he has made. He makes the sun to come up and the sun to go down. He brings out the moon and the stars at night and gives us day and night, and they're his laws. He is right, and he makes our world right. And even further, he gives people opportunity to live and rule the world under him and to behave right. He gives us laws of what is the best way to live. Not just the sun setting and the sun rising and the nighttime coming out, but behaviour as well. Okay, so the Lord, He is righteous. And the world He has made, there are things here, things there, and ways to behave which are right. Correct, that's very good. So I've got a question for you. Where do we get right and wrong from? Stefan, it's easy, we just answered it. From God. Good. But take a look at this. See, what we've got here is two words. Theist and another one. Atheist. Okay, what's the difference? What does theist mean? Well, theist means that they believe in God. That God really does exist. Okay? So they believe that God is there and that God can be trusted. Right? What about the atheist? Well, they don't believe God exists. They say God isn't there. Oh, okay. That is strange. And also, back to the theist, they believe that things like right and wrong come from God. But with an atheist who doesn't believe that there is a God, then there is no such thing as right and wrong. Right, you've got to have right and wrong, people. Murder is murder, Stephen, and stealing is stealing. Yeah, I know, okay. But the theist believes that God's laws are there and that they don't change, whereas the atheist believes that God, the laws are changeable. We can make them up as we go. They can evolve with time and according to what society wants. Right, so we can shift around like the sand and not like a solid rock. That's right. The good life then, for the Christian person, the person who believes in God, is to trust and obey the right laws of God, yes? That's right. Whereas for the atheist, the good life is, well, to make it up yourself. That sounds terrible. Well, let me show you a parable from Jesus. Right, we've got two houses. Yeah, two very similar houses. And one which is built on solid rock. There's his house, window, door. Let's give this one a window and a door. Yes. Now, the other one was built on sand. Right. Does it look as strong, Stephen? Well, that's the point. Jesus told this story to describe what happens when the rain comes down on both these houses. And when it keeps raining for days and days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Yes. And then the waters start coming up around the houses. What's going to happen to the houses as things flood? Well, the house on the left stands firm because it's on the rock. Whereas the house on the sand starts to do this. It's full over. Because the sand, it moves away, yes? Yeah, all the sand starts shifting away as the water washes it away and the house collapses. It's not a good foundation, and Jesus said he was illustrating this point about his word, about God's word. He's saying God's word, my word to you, is reliable, it's trustworthy. You will have the good life if you listen and follow me. Right on! Psalm 119, verse 137. Let's do the Tsadeh, Stephen. Very nice. Lord, you are. What's the word, Stephen? Yeah, let's put it in there. Lord, you are righteous, and your judgments are right. Psalm 119, verse 137. Let's do this today. One at the end. Nice. Lord, you are righteous, and your judgments are so right. The two go together. Psalm 119, verse 137, kids. Right on.